What's up, guys? We're back with a full slate of MLB action here on Friday, July 11th. We're going to give out plays on every MLB game on the slate. I'll give you my favorite underdog pick of the day and my massive lock, my pick that regardless of price, I think is the highest chance of cashing today. Slam that like button and subscribe to the channel if you want to keep seeing these videos every single day, and let me know what you're thinking in the comments. I personally answer every comment every day. Check the pinned comment throughout the day to see our favorite picks, and it pays to check back a couple of times per day to see if there are any changes with injury news coming out and starters being confirmed. Yesterday, guys, was a little bit weird out there for us. Not too bad. We had the Cubs at minus 116 to start things off. That was a blowout 8-1 win. Colin Ray was a monster over 7 innings, and Paddock was awful for the Twins. We had the Mariners minus 110. Unfortunately, they give up that lead there. Both starters were great, and both bullpens were pretty bad. Kind of insane since the Mariners bullpen's been good all year, and the Yankees have stank lately. A 6-5 loss and extras for the Mariners. That's an annoying spot. We bounced back quickly, though. We had the Cardinals at minus 140. That was a blowout 8-1 win behind a great start from Michaelis and a bad outing from basically the entire Washington pitching staff. We had the Rangers minus 104. That was an 11-4 win behind a good start there from Corbin, and also an uncharacteristically good day at the plate there from the Rangers. So we'll definitely take that one. Our dog of the day was the Marlins at plus 143. There weren't a lot of underdogs that we loved, or really even that many underdog options out there on a pretty short slate. And unfortunately, that was a 6-0 loss, so they did not get the job done for us. We had the Guardians at minus 130 as our massive lock today. That one was a rain out, so we'll be looking at a double header from that one today. But overall, a decent winning day, so we'll take it. Let's go ahead and hop in. We have an insanely massive slate out here on Friday, so got to dive right in. And our first game is game 1 of that doubleheader between the Guardians and the White Sox. The Guardians come into this game obviously fresh off of that postponement. They just swept the Astros, so a much needed sweep there for a team that's not playing up to its potential right now, it doesn't look like. They'll hand the ball to Logan Allen, who is 5-7 on the season, a 4.07 ERA. His last start was against the Tigers, and he was dominant. Honestly, he's been very good over his last 5 starts. It isn't really his fault that Cleveland is only 2-3 over those starts. So we'll see what he can go out there and do against the White Sox, a team that he had a pretty good time against back in early April. The bullpen for Cleveland hasn't been a disaster, but not as good as last season. The offense has been their real problem, but they're swinging some pretty hot bats coming into this series. They just hit the cover off the ball against the Astros, and Jose Ramirez is really hitting the cover off the ball right now, which is very helpful for a team that is 26th in the majors in runs scored. So we'll see what they can do here against the lowly White Sox, who are 31-62 on the year, more respectable than they were a season ago. They are coming off that 2-1 win against the Blue Jays. They'll hand the ball here to Shane Smith, who's 3-7 on the season, a 4.20 ERA. His last start didn't look good against Colorado. Start for that got shelled by the Dodgers. Start for that got shelled by Arizona. Start for that got shelled by St. Louis. So that's 4 straight starts where he's looked terrible. We'll see if he can bounce back. Obviously, the White Sox bullpen, while not amazing, is not nearly as bad as it was last year. A bullpen ERA of right around 4. The offense, though, has been atrocious, guys. They're last in runs scored. They are 28th in on-base percentage, last in batting average. Not a lot of positive things for me to say the last couple years about this White Sox team at the plate. So looking at the numbers here, they're basically unchanged from yesterday. The Guardians are minus 130. The White Sox are plus 110. We've got a total of 8.5 here in game 1. Cleveland, basically a 500 road team and a slight to significant under team on the road. The White Sox 20-26 at home, 24-19-3 to the over at home. I'm not interested in the total here, guys, but I will run it back and take the Guardians here at minus 130. It's a bigger slate, so this probably isn't going to be my lock of the day, but I think this is a very good spot. The White Sox are coming off a win. They are 9-20 something. Very terrible team when coming off a win this season. So definitely give me the Guardians here in game 1. Next up, we've got the Chicago Cubs going on the road to take on the New York Yankees. The Cubs come into this one 55-38 on the season. They did just lose 2 out of 3 at the Twins. They'll hand the ball in this one to Chris Flexen. He is a bullpen guy, so we're looking at a full bullpen start here from the Cubs. I will say his last 4 outings have been very, very good. A couple outings there against St. Louis. His last time out, 3 2/3 innings, 4 hits, 1 earned run. And I mean, a bullpen start for the Cubs doesn't look like a horrible idea. A 3.35 bullpen ERA is pretty respectable. The offense here for Chicago actually hit a little bit of a lull there. I mean, they scored 8, 2, 1, 11, 6, and 11 over their last 2 games. So it doesn't seem like that lull is continuing. They're still second in the majors in runs scored and 7th in batting average. This is one of the more dangerous dangerous offenses in all of MLB. So we'll see what they can do here on the road against the Yankees, who are 52-41 on the year. They've won their last 4 in a row, making a big comeback there against the Mariners. They'll hand the ball in this one to Carlos Rodon, who's 9-6 this season, a 3.30 ERA. His last start was not his best, guys. Really struggled there at the Mets, giving up 6 earned runs over 5 innings in a 12-6 loss. Other than that, he's looked pretty reasonable. He hasn't been dominant. I mean, he seems like this guy almost, you can pencil him in for a slump in the middle of the season. So we'll see what Rodon looks like here. The Yankees bullpen has not been too reliable lately, all the way up to a 4.13 bullpen ERA. They've been part and parcel to the whole struggle of this team. And the offense, it's had its ups and downs a little bit. Seems like they're back on track, though. They've scored 6, 9, 10, and 6 over their last few games. Obviously, Judge still hitting the ball well. This team in general hitting the ball great. They're 3rd in runs scored, 1st in on-base percentage. So, yeah, a lot of good things going on for the Yankees right now, and that's why they're huge favorites, guys. The Cubs are plus 155. The Yankees are minus 190. We've got a total of 9 out there. The Cubs are 25-22 on the road, 23-20-4 to the over on the road. The Yankees are 29-17 at home, 27-18-1 to the under at home. In general in this game, I don't think under 9 is insane. In terms of a side, I will lean just slightly towards the Yankees here, but I don't necessarily love it. I think the Cubs bullpen could go out and look pretty good here, and the offense is fine. They could potentially get to Rodon, who hasn't looked his sharpest. Next on the docket, we've got the Miami Marlins going on the road to take on the Baltimore Orioles. The Marlins have lost their last 2 in a row. They split that 4-game series with the Reds. They'll hand the ball here to Edward Cabrera, who's 3-3 this season, a 3.33 ERA. He's been throwing the ball great recently, though. Over his last 5 starts, hasn't allowed more than 2 earned runs in any of them. The Marlins are 3-2 over this span. The last time he was on the mound was against the Brewers. 7 innings, 5 hits, 2 earned runs, struck out 5 and walked 0. And it was eventually a 3-1 loss, but still, he was looking really good out there. We'll see what he can do against the Orioles. Not a team he's faced yet this year, but I'm expecting very good stuff from Cabrera here. In terms of the Marlins bullpen, not so great. A 4.09 bullpen ERA. Definitely has in the bottom half of the majors. The offense has been a bit all over the place and not great recently. I mean, they're scoring only 2 runs combined over their last 2 games, but they're 19th in the majors in runs scored and 10th in batting average. They're not a complete disaster, but I'm not going to say they're amazing. So we'll see what they can do here on the road against the Orioles, who just won 2 out of 3 against the Mets. They'll hand the ball in this one to Dean Kremer, who's 7-7 on the year, a 4.53 ERA. His last start, he got shelled by the Atlanta Braves. Kind of a weird look. That was a game Baltimore came back and won, but was not Kremer's fault. Before that, he'd been throwing the ball great. A couple good starts against Tampa Bay, a good start against the Yankees. So we'll see what he can get done here against the Marlins. I'm generally expecting him to be okay. He's made something of a step forward this season, but that Baltimore bullpen is terrible, guys. A 4.47 bullpen ERA. Kind of a nightmare. And the offense, well, it's maybe looked a hair better recently. They're still only 21st in runs scored and 22nd in batting average. This is nowhere near the Orioles offense we were seeing a season ago. So looking at the numbers here, guys, the Marlins are plus 110. The Orioles are minus 130. We've got a total of 9. Miami is 22-23 on the road. They are a slight over team on the road. Baltimore 22-23 at home. They are a slight over team at home themselves. I still don't know if I love over 9. That seems like a pretty big number. In terms of a side, I am going to back the red-hot Orioles here, but I'm not loving it. I mean, Edward Cabrera has been really good on the mound here lately. Guys, hopping in here with a quick shout out to the sponsor of today and every day's video, and that is StumpTheSpread.com. Click the link in the description to go over there and see the top confidence picks from our entire team of experienced cappers. Right now, our premium members are getting daily MLB and UFC picks with NFL and college football coming up before you know it. Major League Baseball has been our most profitable sport the last several years in a row and has had a great first half here of the 2025 season. At StumpTheSpread.com, you'll be able to see exclusive free picks that are only posted there, our free-to-use bet size calculator, and our premium top confidence picks, which might not and usually will not always match what we see here in the video, as I am not the premium capper for MLB over there at Stump The Spread. We have, I don't even know what to say about this guy anymore, to be honest. He's on such an insano heater. Our premium MLB capper over at Stump The Spread is going absolutely nuts this month. He just had another perfect day, guys. He went 3-0 there yesterday, with the Rangers as a 1-unit play, the Reds as a 2-unit play, and he cashed the under in the Tampa Bay-Boston game as a 1-unit play. That is another perfect 3-0 day, which makes him 6-0 with a game that was rained out mixed in there also. So 6-0-1 over his last 2 days. And over the course of the entire month of July, guys, his worst day, I'm going to have all of it's on the screen. You can see right now. His worst day was on July 8th, where he went 2-2 and still made 1.1 units. This guy, I don't know if he sold his soul to the devil, like what's going on, but he is absolutely in fuego right now. It is nuts. So definitely get over there, check out the premium picks. Now seems like the perfect time because this run does not seem to be slowing down. It seems like great value, guys. There's tons of comments. You go through the comments from past videos, you can see people talking about how they paid for it immediately. Like one day, oh, paid for it and made a bunch of money. So like definitely check it out. Hopefully this run can continue. Also, get over there and get on our free email list, guys. It's very easy to sign up. You just set up a free account. There's your name and your email address. That's it. You'll get one free email every single day straight to your inbox with at least one free pick in it, sometimes two, information on niche betting like golf, NASCAR, tennis, and parlays are often included in those emails as well. So definitely check that out on top of everything else. Also, if you're a huge fan of what you're seeing here every day, sign up for a channel membership by clicking the little join button right below the video. YouTube channel members are eligible for our members only giveaways. We'll be giving away a Stump The Spread hoodie here on the 14th, and we'll be giving away another one every single week. So definitely going to be giving away plenty of apparel there to the channel members. So definitely check that out, guys. And also members get early access to all of our videos and get their names up on screen in every video. But we got to dive in right now to the rest of these games. We got a monster slate here. And next up, we're going to be looking at the Colorado Rockies going on the road to take on the Cincinnati Reds. The Rockies come into this game just getting swept there by Boston. They're going to hand the ball in this one to German Marquez, who's only 3-10 on the year, a 5.84 ERA. His last start, he got shelled by the White Sox of all teams. So yeah, straight up not having a good time. The Rockies bullpen, a bottom 5 bullpen in the majors. I'm sure that's news to no one. And their offense is terrible. They scored 2, 2, and 3 in that series at Boston. They are 27th in the majors in runs scored. They are 26th in batting average. So not a very good baseball team right now. They're going to take on the Cincinnati Reds, who just won 2 out of 4 there against the Marlins. They're going to hand the ball to Chase Burns here. This young 22-year-old is 0-1 on the year, an 8.10 ERA, but I will say his last start was pretty reasonable. 4 2/3 innings, 2 hits, only 1 earned run given up there against the Phillies. He did walk forward in that outing, so we'll see what he's got in the tank for this one, but I think he's going to be showing signs of improvement, and he's faced the Yankees, Red Sox, and Phillies. Facing the Rockies, going to be a little bit different. The Reds' bullpen hasn't been great, a 4.04 bullpen ERA. Plenty of room for concern here, especially with somebody on the mound who's not going to be really going deep into games, probably. The offense, 6 and 7 runs respectively over the last 2 games. Seems like they're back on track. They're 9th in the majors in runs scored, 18th in batting average, and 16th in on-base percentage. So looking at the numbers here, guys, the Rockies plus 185, the Reds minus 225. We've got a total of 9.5 out there. The Rockies are only 11 and 36 on the road. They are 28, 18, and 1 to the under on the road. Cincinnati's 26 and 21 at home, 26, 17, and 4 to the under at home. I think under 9.5 is some pretty good value in this game. I don't think we're going to see an insane amount of offense. I do worry about the Reds scoring 10 runs all on their own. That could definitely happen, but I doubt the Rockies get too much done here against the Reds. So definitely the under is live in this game, and it's probably my favorite bet. I don't like the Reds enough to take them at bigger than 2-1 here. It just doesn't feel that good. Next up, guys, we got the Seattle Mariners going on the road to take on the Detroit Tigers. The Mariners come into this game fresh off of getting swept there by the Yankees and losing the last game of that series in pretty annoying fashion. They'll hand the ball in this one to Luis Castillo. He is 5-5 on the year, a 3.31 ERA. The Mariners are 4-1 over his last 5 starts, and he's been amazing. His last 2 outings, guys, gave up a total of 1 earned run over 17 innings, and those were starts against the Pirates and the Rangers, so let's not freak out too much, but that's pretty good work. Has he faced the Tigers yet this season? He did face the Tigers back in very early April and was excellent out there over 7 innings, so we'll see what he's got in the tank for this one. I'm expecting him to be pretty good. I'm expecting the Mariners bullpen to hopefully hold things together, I guess. I mean, a 3.75 bullpen ERA is okay. The offense, 5, 6, 3, 1, 1, and 6 over their last few games. Not exactly hitting the cover off the ball, but not in a huge slump. And they've been drastically improved this season compared to other seasons. Now, they're taking on the Tigers, who come to this game fresh off a loss against the Rays. They're going to be hitting the ball in this one to Tariq Skubal. So happy Skubal Day, guys, to all those who celebrate. He's 10-2 on the year, a 2.02 ERA. His last time out, 7 innings pitched, 3 hits, no runs allowed, 10 strikeouts, 0 walks against Cleveland in a game where he got no run support, and Detroit eventually won 7-2 in extra innings, but he has been lights out over his last several games. Not a lot of negatives here for me about Scooball, guys. The last time he faced the Mariners, he didn't look that great, but that was his second start of the year. He got off to a bit of a slow start. Seems like he's found a groove, though. The Detroit bullpen, not looking amazing. A 3.77 bullpen ERA. Not great, but not a disaster. The offense, I mean, 3, 4, 5, 7, 1, and 2 runs scored over their last few games. They've got some solid bats out there, guys. They're 6th in the majors in runs scored and 9th in batting average for a reason. Riley Green having a great season. Zach McKinstry putting up some good numbers. Like, this team can definitely hit it. So, looking at the numbers here, the Mariners are plus 185. The Tigers are minus 225. We've got a total here of 7. Seattle is 23-24 on the road. 28-18-1 to the over on the road. Detroit 32-15 at home, 26-18-3 to the under at home. Guys, I think the best play in this game, honestly, is take no run first inning or under in the first 5. I think those are both excellent spots. You could take under 7 for the entire game. I don't have a problem with that. But in terms of a side, I don't really trust the Tigers' bats enough here to take them at minus 125 or minus 225. It's just too expensive of a price, even with Scooball on the mound. So I'm gonna lean towards those unders pretty hard, and we'll see what we see what happens here in terms of the side. Next on the docket, we're looking at the Tampa Bay Rays going on the road to take on the Boston Red Sox. The Rays lost game 1 of this series 4-3, so they're probably a little bit annoyed at that. They're going to hand the ball to Drew Rasmussen, who's 7-5 on the year, a 2.82 ERA. He's coming off a couple weirdly short starts. I mean, I guess it wasn't weird that his starting the Athletics was short. He got shelled. He just hasn't looked like himself his last couple of times on the mound. Now he's got to go up against a red-hot Red Sox team. So, yeah, my red-bearded brother is not having the best time out there. The Rays' bullpen has been respectable this year, but lately they've hit quite a few snags, guys. A 3.92 ERA is not what we're used to seeing from them, and the offense has fallen apart a bit as well. I mean, 3, 7, 2, 1, 7, and 5 scored over their last few games. Not what we've come to expect from a team that's 2nd in the majors in batting average and 7th in runs scored. So we'll see what happens here as they go up against the Red Sox, who come into this game 50-45 on the season, winners of their last 7 in a row. They'll hand the ball in this game to Hunter Dobbins, who's 4-1 this season, a 4.10 ERA. Dobbins gave up 1 run on 2 hits while striking out 8 over 5 scoreless innings there in his Double-A rehab start. So it seems like that elbow feeling pretty okay. We'll see what he can do here against big league bats. So we face in the Rays. So yeah, they're not swinging the hottest bats coming into this game. Maybe that helps a little bit. The Boston bullpen's been looking better and better. A 3.54 bullpen ERA. Very solid stuff. And the offense is fully online, guys. 4, 10, 10, 9, 6, 10, and 11 over this streak. They're 4th in the majors in runs scored and 6th in on-base percentage. Looks like that trade didn't really hurt them too much. So looking at the numbers for this game, the Rays are minus 115, the Red Sox are minus 105. We've got a total of 9 out there. Tampa Bay is 22-19 on the road, 23-18 to the under on the road. Boston 29-20 at home, 25-22-2 to the under at home. I'm actually leaning pretty hard towards the Red Sox here. Rasmussen is looking like something's wrong to me. I think the dude might be a little bit hurt, a little bit banged up somehow, and just hasn't had his best stuff. And the Red Sox have been on fire recently, so getting them here at minus 105 feels pretty good. Next up, we're looking at the New York Mets going on the road to take on the Kansas City Royals. The Mets lost 2 out of 3 there against the Orioles, so they're going to try and bounce back here, handing the ball to Kodai Senga, who's 7-3 this year, a 1.47 ERA. He's, coming back off the IL from that hamstring issue, so we're not expecting any arm problems from him. I think we'll see Senga be pretty much his normal self out there, and his normal self this year has been dominant. I mean, over his last 4 starts before going to the IL, he was on quite the heater. The Mets were 4-0 over that span, including a win against the Dodgers. So I'm expecting Senga to go out there and be great here pretty much right off the bat. The Mets bullpen has had some hiccups recently, a 3.86 bullpen ERA. Not what we've been used to seeing from them this season, but still not a disaster. The offense has been a little bit less predictable than you would have hoped from a team that got off to a great start and made some big free agent acquisitions. They're 14th in the majors in runs scored. They're 10th in on-base percentage, but 20th in batting average. You just never 100% can trust what you're going to get from them on a night-to-night basis. So we'll see what they can do here on the road against the Royals, who come into this one winners of 4 in a row. They swept the Pirates there in a very close series. Now they're going to hand the ball to Michael Wacha in this game. He's 4-9 on the year, a 3.83 ERA. His last couple of starts have not looked great. Struggling at Seattle, struggling at Arizona. 4 innings, 4 hits, 4 earned runs, and a 7-1 loss against Arizona his last time out. Not exactly the best look. He hasn't faced the Mets yet this year, but Wacha not exactly killing it at the moment. The Royals bullpen, though, is very steady. Very good. A 3.50 bullpen ERA. Top 5, top 6 in the majors. The offense, though, is atrocious. 4-4, 9-4, 1 over their last few games is kind of hitting the cover off the ball for a team that's 28th in the majors in runs scored and 24th in slugging percentage. So we'll see what they can do here against Senga. I'm not projecting a good game from them, though. The Mets are minus 135. The Royals are plus 115. Total of 9.5 out there. The Mets are an under 500 team on the road. That's a bit concerning. They're 26-20-1 to the under on the road. The Royals 23-24 at home, 30-17 to the under at home. I actually think under 9.5 is live in this game, but Waka makes me a little bit worried about that. My play that I like better than the total in this one is definitely just take the Mets here at minus 135. I think this is excellent value. I am, maybe leaning a little bit too much on the idea that Senga is going to be fine here coming off the IL, but I'm not too worried, guys. I think he's going to go out there and dominate. Next on the docket, we're looking at the Pittsburgh Pirates going on the road to take on the Minnesota Twins. The Pirates are now on a 6-game losing streak, getting swept by the Mariners and swept by the Royals. They're going to hand the ball here to Paul Skeens. He comes into this game 4-7 on the year, but a 1.94 ERA. That's actually an MLB best. He's coming off a very good start against Seattle. 5 innings, 5 hits, no runs allowed, struck out 10 in a game. Seattle eventually beat the Pirates 1-0. So yeah, he hasn't given up an earned run over his last 2 starts, which is only a total of 10 innings pitched, which leaves a lot of work for a Pirates bullpen that's actually been pretty decent. The problem for the Pirates is their offense is terrible. They scored 3-3-3, 0-0, and 0 over their last 6 games. Not great. They're 29th in the majors in runs scored. They're 28th in batting average. They're last in slugging percentage. Got to figure out some kind of offense to back up this very good pitching staff. So we'll see what they can do here on the road against the Twins, who are 45-48 this season. They're fresh off winning 2 out of 3 against the Cubs, kind of surprisingly, although they lost to the Cubs yesterday. So slam that thumbs up button if you enjoyed cashing that Cubs pick yesterday. Now, the Twins are going to hand the ball to Joe Ryan, who's 8-4 on the season, a 2.76 ERA. His last start, pretty good stuff there against Tampa Bay. 6 innings, 6 hits, 2 earned runs, in a game the Twins would eventually lose 7-5. His last 3 outings, honestly, his last 5 outings have all been very, very good. Regardless, the Twins are only 1-4 over that span, and a big part of that reason is their bullpen sucks. A 4.22 bullpen ERA is not getting the job done. The offense has looked a little bit better recently. 1, 4, 8, 5, and 6 runs scored over their last few games, but they're 21st in the majors in runs scored. They're 22nd on base percentage. This is not a team that I think is really going to be amazing at the plate, especially against Skeens. So look at the numbers here, guys. The Pirates are plus 100. The Twins are minus 120. A total of 6.5 in this game, which with these 2 guys on the mound makes sense. The Pirates are 12-35 on the road. They are 29-16-2 to the under on the road. Minnesota 26-19 at home, 23-21-1 to the under at home. You could talk me into under 6.5. Honestly, I don't think that's too insane. In terms of a side, I'm going to take the Twins here. I think Skeens is going to go out there and give them a solid 5 or 6 innings, and then they'll find a way to lose this game late because I don't think they're going to score against Joe Ryan with how terrible this Pirates offense is. So yeah, definitely give me the Twins here as, I would say, a borderline significant lean. Next on the docket, we've got the Texas Rangers going on the road to take on the Houston Astros. The Rangers come into this game fresh off that blowout 11-4 win there for us yesterday. So slam that thumbs up button if you enjoyed cashing the Rangers with us yesterday. They're going to hand the ball to Jack Leiter in this game. This 25-year-old is 4-6 on the year, a 4.32 ERA. His last start, 3 2/3 innings, 5 hits, 2 earned runs against the Padres. Not great, and the Rangers are 0-5 over his last 5 starts. Not great there as well, so we'll see if he can bounce back here a little bit against the Astros. The Rangers' bullpen has not been a problem. Top 5 in the majors, a 3.41 bullpen ERA, and the offense kind of turning on lately. 11, 8, and 13 runs there in their last 3 games. That is bonkers for a team that's 23rd in the majors in runs scored and 25th in on-base percentage. So not exactly a great offensive team. Now, they're taking on the Astros, who are 55-38 on the season, although they just got swept there by the Guardians. They'll hand the ball here to Lance McCullers Jr., who's 2-3 this season, a 5.82 ERA. His last start was very respectable his last time out. He was going up against the Dodgers. It was an 18-1 win there for Houston, so he got tons of run support, but 6 innings, 4 hits, 1 earned run there against the Dodgers. That's good work regardless of what's going on at the plate for your team. So loving that for him. We'll see what he can do here against the Rangers. He hasn't been a super consistent guy this year, but he was good against the Rangers back in mid-May, so we'll see which version of Lance McCullers Jr. we get in this game. The bullpen for Houston's obviously been amazing. That's been a huge strength for them this season. The offense, 2, 6, and 5 over their last 3 games is not great, but over the course of the year, 15th in runs scored, 8th in on-base percentage, 1st in the majors in team batting average. So this team could definitely put up some runs here, especially against Jack Leiter. So look at the numbers. The Rangers are plus 110. The Astros are minus 130. We've got a total of 8. The Rangers are 19 and 29 on the road, a terrible road team. 26, 21, and 1 to the under on the road. Houston 32 and 17 at home. 28, 20, and 1 to the under at home. Guys, I think the Astros here at minus 130 are excellent value. Leiter's been pretty bad recently. I know the Rangers bullpen is good, but the Astros bullpen is great. And while neither starter looks amazing, I think the Astros definitely have the better offense. So definitely give me Houston, especially playing at home in this game. This is going straight to the pinned comment. Next up, guys, we've got the Washington Nationals going on the road to take on the Milwaukee Brewers. The Nationals just lost 2 out of 3 against the Cardinals. They're going to hand the ball here to Mitchell Parker, who's 5 and 9 on the year, a 4.72 ERA. His last start, he got absolutely dismantled there by the Red Sox, so we'll see if he can bounce back a little bit. He's been decent over his last few starts, but definitely not amazing. And in terms of history against the Brewers this year, he doesn't have any, but we'll see what he looks like out there in this one. The Washington bullpen's been one of the worst bullpens in the majors all season long. A 5.83 bullpen ERA is currently last, and the offense hasn't been anything special. 1, 8, 2, 4, 3, 2 over their last few games. They're 16th in runs scored, but 20th in on-base percentage and 19th in slugging percentage. If this team is an MLB average offense, I think they'd be pretty happy with that. So we'll see what they can do here on the road against the Brewers, who just swept the Dodgers and have won 5 out of their last 6. They're going to hand the ball to Quinn Priester. This young 24-year-old is having quite the season for himself. He's 6-2, a 3.59 ERA. I say all that. His last start, he got kind of shelled by the Marlins, but his team bailed him out, putting up a 6-5 win. Start for that, 7 innings, no runs allowed, only gave up 1 hit, struck out 11 against the Rockies. So we'll see which version of Priester we get here. I'm expecting him to be pretty good. The Brewers bullpen, not so good. A 4.02 bullpen ERA leaves an awful lot of room for improvement. And the bats, while they have been winning games, they haven't been hitting the crap out of the ball. 3, 3, 9, 3, 2, and 6 over your last several games. Not amazing. They are 8th in the majors in runs scored, though they are 14th in batting average and 12th in on-base percentage. So not the scariest offense, but definitely in the top half of the majors. So looking at the numbers here, the odds makers love the Brewers. The Nationals are plus 154. The Brewers are minus 190. A total of 8.5 in this game. Washington only 20 and 27 on the road. A slight over team on the road. Milwaukee 30 and 17 at home. 29, 17, and 1 to the under at home. I'm not too interested in the total in this game. I will take the Brewers here at minus 190. I'm not going to say it's a spot that I'm completely in love with, but I do think it's some pretty decent, I think Priester's going to go out there and be really good. I think that helps the Brewers' cause a lot. Next up, guys, we've got the Atlanta Braves going on the road to take on the St. Louis Cardinals. The Braves come into this one 40 and 52 on the season. Not having the best time here recently, though. They lost 2 out of 3 against the Athletics after getting swept by the Orioles. They'll hand the ball to Grant Holmes in this game, who's 4 and 8 on the season, a 3.44 ERA. His last start, very good against Baltimore. 6 innings, 4 hits, 2 earned runs allowed. Hasn't given up more than 2 earned runs over any of his last 5 starts, and despite that, the Braves are only 1 and 4 over that span. So we'll see what he can do here against the Cardinals. It may not matter, though, because his team kind of sucks this year, unfortunately. The Atlanta bullpen has been serviceable for sure, a 3.55 bullpen ERA, but the offense is atrocious, guys. So bad. They're 25th in the majors in runs scored. They are 21st in both slugging and batting average. Not a lot of scary bats out there. I guess Austin Riley's had a decent season and Matt Olson has done some stuff, but none of this really gets me excited about this team at the plate. So we'll see what they can do on the road against the Cardinals, who just won 2 out of 3 against the Nationals. They'll hand the ball here to Matthew Liberatore, who's 6 and 6 on the year, a 3.70 ERA. His last start was against the Cubs, and he was definitely pretty good out there. 5 innings, 4 hits, 2 earned runs allowed, and an 8-6 win. The Cardinals are 4-0 over his last 4 starts, and all 4 of those outings have been very good. He hasn't given up more than 2 earned runs in any of them. So we'll see what he looks like here against the Atlanta Braves. Not a team he's faced yet this year, but I'm expecting good stuff from Liberatore, especially against a terrible offense. The Cardinals bullpen, not as big of a problem as they were in the early goings. A 3.83 bullpen ERA. Not dominant, but not terrible. The offense getting back online, putting up 8 runs in their last game. And over the course of the year, guys, the Cardinals have been hovering around being a top 5, top 10 offense. I would say maybe top 10 or top 12 is more of what reality is. But, they're a team that can definitely hit the ball. So looking at the numbers here, guys, the Braves are plus 100. The Cardinals are minus 120. Total of 8.5. Atlanta's only 16 and 29 on the road. 22, 20, and 3 to the under on the road. The Cardinals are 28 and 18 at home, 24, 19, and 3 to the over at home. This is a bit of a difficult spot. I'm going to shade just slightly towards the Cardinals here at home at minus 120 because the Braves are so bad on the road and the Cardinals are so good at home. Grant Holmes is a very good starter, though. So if the Cardinals are going to win this, they might have to try and get after the Atlanta bullpen, and that could be tough. So this one is a bit of a tough spot. You could also theoretically interest me in under 8.5. Next up, we're looking at the Arizona Diamondbacks going on the road to take on the Los Angeles Angels. The Diamondbacks come into this game fresh off of splitting a 4-game series there against the Padres. They're going to hand the ball in this one to Ryan Nelson. He comes into this game throwing the ball great, honestly. Over his last 5 starts, he hasn't given up more than 2 earned runs. I mean, he's given up a total of 5 earned runs over his last 5 starts. All 5 of those games have been wins for the Diamondbacks. So that's a pretty big deal. We'll see what his history against the Angels. Oh, wait, he hasn't faced the Angels this year. Okay, so no history against the Angels this season, but Nelson throwing the ball great right now. The bullpen for the Diamondbacks, obviously atrocious. A 4.95 bullpen ERA has definitely held this team back. Now, the offense, not swinging the hottest bats coming into this game. I mean, 3, 8, 0, 6, 0, and 7 over their last few is not what we're used to from a team that's 5th in the majors in runs scored and 12th in batting average. I think they've got a chance to get back on track here. Now, will they do that against the Angels and against Tyler Anderson? We'll have to see. The Angels just split a 4-game series against the Rangers. They're handing the ball here, like I was saying, to Tyler Anderson, who's 2 and 6 on the year, a 4.19 ERA, not having the season that we would have expected, nothing like what he did a year ago. His last time out, 5 innings, 8 hits, 3 earned runs, and a 3-2 loss at Toronto. I would say his last 3 starts, he's looked kind of back to his old self, but the Diamondbacks, not a team to be taken lightly at the plate. Now, he hasn't faced them yet this year. We'll see what he can do. I'm expecting him to be decent out there, but maybe not dominant. And when he comes out of the game, that Angels bullpen is a disaster, guys. 3rd worst in the majors in ERA, well over 5. The offense, I mean, 4, 11, 1, 6, 2, 3, 3, and 5 over their last few games. This isn't a complete disaster of an offense, but it's not great. They're 17th in runs scored, but 27th in batting average and on-base percentage. So, yeah, looking at the numbers here, the Diamondbacks are minus 130, the Angels are plus 110, a total of 9.5. Arizona, basically a 500 road team. They are a slight over team on the road. The Angels, basically a 500 home team, and they are a slight over team at home. I don't know if I can get into over 9.5, but maybe in this spot. But I really think the Diamondbacks are the side you want to be on. I think Ryan Nelson's going to have a good time here against the Angels. Anderson's more of a wild card at this point, so definitely lean towards the Diamondbacks here, and I'm leaning pretty hard. Next up, we're looking at the Philadelphia Phillies going on the road to take on the San Diego Padres. The Phillies come into this game fresh off a 13-0 blowout win there against the Giants. They did lose 2 out of 3 in that series, though. They'll hand the ball to Ranger Suarez, who's 7-2 on the year, a 1.99 ERA. His last several starts, I mean, this dude has been pretty much lights out since coming off the IL. I mean, he hasn't given up more. He's given up 4 earned runs over his last 5 starts in general. The Phillies are only 4-1 over that span, I will say. But yeah, he has been lights out recently. Does he have any history against the Padres yet? No, he has not faced the Padres this season. But we'll see what Suarez will do. I'm expecting him to be really good. The Phillies bullpen, though, I'm expecting him to be really bad. A 4.36 bullpen ERA, certainly holding this team back. While the offense is coming off a 13-run game, they have not been swinging the hottest bats here recently. They are 10th in runs scored and 4th in on-base percentage. Don't get me wrong, this is a good team at the plate, but I don't know if I'm completely sold. Now, they're going to be taking on the Padres here, who just won 2 out of 4 against the Diamondbacks at 50 and 43 on the year, not having the season they imagined. They're going to hand the ball here to Ryan Burgert. He's 1-0 on the year, a 2.67 ERA, coming off of a forearm issue. He threw 50 to 60 pitches there in his last rehab start. The last time he was on the big league mound, he was struggling, but I mean, that's kind of reasonable when you're dealing with a forearm issue. Now, we'll see what he looks like in this game. I'm expecting him to be okay. I think he'll be okay out there. I don't know if he's going to be lights out. He's catching a Phillies team coming off a massive offensive day, so the odds of him having back-to-back massive days may be kind of steep. The Padres' bullpen's been amazing, so whenever they come in there to back him up, I think they'll be great. And the offense, not so great, guys. 4, 2, 1, 3, and 4 over their last few games. 24th in runs scored kind of paints an accurate picture of what I think of this offense. So looking at the numbers, the Phillies are minus 160. The Padres are plus 135. We've got a total of 8 in this game. The Phillies 24 and 23 on the road, a big under team on the road. The Padres 28 and 17 at home, a big under team at home. With a total of 8 here, I'm not necessarily loving it. In terms of a side, I can't really help but back the Phillies with Suarez on the mound, especially going up against the Padres. He might completely shut them out. So give me the Phillies at minus 160, I guess, but not enough faith here in them on the road to put it in the pinned comment. Next up, guys, we've got the Toronto Blue Jays going on the road to take on the Athletics. The Blue Jays just won 2 out of 3 against the White Sox. That 2-1 loss, though, has to make them feel a little bit stupid. They're going to hand the ball in this one to Max Scherzer, who has yet to figure in a result this year, a 4.76 ERA. This is only his 5th start since coming off the IL. He's been good, not dominant, though, not looking like the real Max Scherzer. So we'll see what he can do here against the Athletics. The Toronto bullpen's been pretty serviceable, a 3.58 bullpen ERA, no problem there. The offense, 1, 6, 8, 3, 4, and 4 over their last few games. Not the exact hot hitting we've seen from Toronto this year. They're 3rd in on-base percentage. They're 3rd in batting average. This team can put up some runs. Don't get me wrong. So we'll see what they do here against the Athletics. They won 2 out of 3 against the Braves. They'll hand the ball to Luis Severino in this game. He's 2-10 on the year, a 5.30 ERA. His last 3 starts have been atrocious, struggling against the Giants, Yankees, and Tigers. So we'll see if he has a better time here against Toronto. Seems like a bit of a big ask to me. The Athletics bullpen is one of the worst ones in the majors, and their offense hasn't been anything special here down the stretch. They're around MLB average, so that's, kind of whatever, but we'll see if they can do anything here against Scherzer and the Blue Jays bullpen. Looking at the numbers, Toronto's a pretty big favorite at -155. The Athletics are +130. Total of 10.5 out there. Toronto, basically a 500 road team, basically a 500 over-under team on the road. The Athletics are terrible at home. 17-30 at home, 26-18-3 to the over at home. I'll lean towards Toronto in this game. Not a ton that I love. I'm not taking Scherzer as a huge favorite quite yet, so this game, more of a stay-away spot. Last but not least here, guys, we're looking at the LA Dodgers going on the road to take on the San Francisco Giants. The Dodgers have been floundering. They got swept by the Astros and swept by the Brewers in a very close series there against Milwaukee. They're headed to San Francisco now to take on the Giants. They'll hand the ball to Dustin May in this game. He's 5-5, a 4.52 ERA. His last start, guys, 7 innings, 4 hits, 2 earned runs against the White Sox in a 6-2 win. The last time he faced the Giants, that was at home, 6 innings, 3 hits allowed, 6 hits allowed, 3 earned runs given up in a 5-4 win. So we'll see what he looks like here against the Giants once again. I'm expecting him to be pretty decent out there. The Dodgers bullpen, though, a 4.44 bullpen ERA is a big concern. The offense is floundering. They got to get back on track at some point, but 2-1-1-1, 4-1 over their last few games is crazy stuff. When you've got Ohtani, I don't know, this is the top scoring offense in the majors, 1st in runs scored, and they just can't get the job done at the plate. So I'm sure they're going to bounce back. We'll see if it happens in this game going up against the Giants, who have won 4 out of their last 5. They lost their last game 13-0, though. They're going to hand the ball in this one to Logan Webb, who's 8-6 on the year, a 2.62 ERA. His last start was against the Dodgers, and it was pretty good. 7 innings, 2 hits, 2 earned runs allowed in a 6-2 win. So we'll see what he looks like out there. Definitely not somebody that's scared of the Dodgers, and neither is that Giants bullpen. They've been the best bullpen in the majors, although that bullpen ERA number continues to creep up and up. The offense has not been great for the Giants this season. They're 20th in runs scored. They are 25th in batting average, so not in love with the Giants at the plate. And looking at the numbers here, the odds makers are pretty low on the Dodgers. They're +105. The Giants are -126. A total of 7.5 in this game. The Dodgers are a 500 road team. They're a slight under team on the road. San Francisco, 27-18 at home, 27-18 to the under at home. I don't know if I'm necessarily interested in under 7.5 here, but I am a little bit interested in the Dodgers at +105. I haven't found a ton of underdogs on this slate that I love, so the Dodgers at +105 definitely going on the list here a little bit as a potential dog of the day. Guys, that's all the games we have here for today. Hit that like button for good luck on all of your bets and subscribe to the channel if you're new. Let me know in the comments any questions you have on today's slate. I'm more than happy to get back to you. Also, make sure you're getting over to StumpTheSpread.com and checking out those premium picks. You can click the link in the description to get over there. And yeah, guys, those premium picks have been, I don't even know how to describe it anymore. It's a transcendent run so far this month. It's just been ridiculous. Also, there's free picks over there. Get on that email list, all that good stuff. Thank you all for watching. We'll be right back here tomorrow, same time, same place, for more sports betting action.